Hello and welcome to Move Line Prop Drop Show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Ryan Noonan, joined for the last time this season. Sadly, this is the downfall of this show, the downside, I guess, because it was our last time talking about the best way and the most profitable way to bet on NFL football, and that is player props here. Connor and I will continue on, but this is our last time with Slop for a little while. Slop, what's going on, baby?
Days, and then it's off the basketball season, then a little baseball, and then we'll be right back to football. It's a vicious cycle, guys.
So it never stops, you know. Connor, we'll keep it going. We won't be talking about games. This is our last game for a little while, but you know, it's a good one. It's the best menu. This is earlier than ever. I feel like the menu came out. It was an extensive menu, like Sunday night, even
literally.
These things have been sitting out here for a long time. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have too many official plays, but I have like 4 things that I played personally that I can't like give out because it's like a 1 out and like I don't know. It's gonna move and then people are gonna get pissed. So congrats to anyone listening to the show. I'll probably drop it some unofficially in the Discord as well, but yeah, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, kind of the same. I have one play that I think will count as an official play because there are multiple outs, but I'm with you. There's some other random stuff that I haven't had the luck to find at multiple spots. But you know, interesting conversations. And then also I think it's maybe we do a couple of same game parlays, depending on how we think the games are going to go. Maybe a pro Chiefs same game parlay, a pro Eagles same game parlay. We can still do a bigger one if you guys want to get real wonky. Because I'm guessing some of our like game props and stuff, but will not be available for parlays and such. But yeah, you know, even a little less formal than we normally are because Super Bowl is tricky. So, Connor, you give me a hard time because I have to go after the show and pick up my sister and my brother-in-law from the airport because that's the nice thing to do. Someone's coming in town. They're coming from Florida, hang out for the weekend, watch the Super Bowl. And you think that I should be putting them in an Uber instead of driving 20 minutes to pick them up.
Yeah, so this is a big debate in our friend group because like a lot of my friends are airport couples. Me and my wife are not airport a couple at all. So like if one of us is going on a trip somewhere, we Uber. Like we do not drive the other person to the airport. We do not pick the other person from the airport. And the reasoning is because, well, partially going there and back from the city is like sometimes up to 2-hour endeavor with the traffic on 9094. Because it's not about dropping them off. Like, I live with her. I see her every day. Like, I don't know what I'm gaining in that extra 45 minutes to an hour or whatever. So like, yeah, maybe if someone's coming to town or like if they come in late, like sure, I'll pick them up. But there is zero chance. My friend's coming in at like 3 p.m. Like his ass is Ubering. Like I'm not spending an hour and a half in the car just to go see him. Like, I don't know. To me, that's like, I don't know. To me, that's just like a waste of time. And I would rather pay the $30 so I can sit at home and do nothing. And while they just take an Uber. Ubers are nice. Get like a nice Uber, you know, like a Comfort or something.
Slop, how far away from Logan are you?
20 minutes, no traffic, probably 3.5 hours with traffic.
Logan traffic can be brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal. When I went to Chicago, I literally took, I don't know, like a few days, it felt like, to get from the airport to actually Chicago. So that sucked. But I'm a big, like, I'll let you pick me up guy. But I really don't want to pick you up from the airport. I will, but I don't want to.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm closer. So Connor's coming from, in the heart of the city. I'm out here in the northwest suburbs. Easier for me to get to the airport because it is in the northwest suburbs. My in-laws actually live like in the airport. Like there's a runway that like it's the last like 5 seconds of your descent. So they're real close. So sometimes we make that work, which is a nice thing to have, to be able to like park a car there. But anyway, I guess I'm the kind of guy that'll pick you up from the airport. So it's good for the listeners to know who we are as people, you know?
Like you're a way better guy than I am. I'll admit it. Like it's definitely the nice thing to do. I just like can't get there. Slav, is your dog okay, or is he like?
Not. So she's got a toy that she really likes, that she knows how to squeak, which is wild because none of them know how to squeak any, but she knows how to do this one. And she just runs around with it. Literally, I think she waits for shows to start. And then she's like, grab that toy. So I'm going to figure out what's going on with that. And by what I mean by that is I'm gonna take the toy. Shit's like that.
Yeah.
As soon as she comes right back around, it's gone. She's
Here we got Tim on your side. Good to know Noonan isn't a POS. I would say this is a very old school thing versus new school thing in general too. Like my dad will drive an hour plus to pick me up. Some of my friends will who are in the suburbs will always pick me up, or vice versa. But any of the people that I know in the city do not pick each other up. They're just like, I take the blue line to the airport. The blue line's great.
You could send an Uber.
Yeah,
that ain't bad. You know what I mean? Like that feels like you kind of the hospitality thing's hitting. You're not.
My driver's picking you up.
Yeah, like no, I got you an Uber. Like that's nice of me.
Also different. Here's another different piece of it too. Slot maybe can relate a little bit too. Dad, I work from home. Don't get a lot of alone time. So that drive even to the airport, that window time by myself is such a unique experience in my day-to-day life that like my own podcast or music or, reading some books, like I can do that, get that alone time that's of value to me. So you're not necessarily there. The honeymoon for sure is over. Like when we live together, I see her all the time. I'm sticking her ass in an Uber. Like, wow, Maggie, tough scene. Connor is over, getting to see you a lot. He's very happy to put you in the Uber. But yeah, anyway, I mean, I guess I'm the combination of the old guy and the nice guy. I'll take it. I'll take it. And slops with me, but
the alone time works. It's just alone time in traffic kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Being alone does probably trump sitting in traffic.
Yeah, I'll take it. Anyway, that's where I'm headed after we finish. But let's jump into it here. Connor, I know you have nothing official. We'll give you the floor first to, whatever. Send out a thing or two that you like. I don't know how many exactly you have. We can go around and because I have a handful of things that I would love to get your guys' thoughts on that I think are pretty interesting plays.
Yeah, I got 4. They're not super long-winded explanations here. We'll start with one that you and I were talking about before the show. So it's were you going to send that out, were you?
No, you're good. I'm not going to send it out.
Cool.
I didn't write it up anything.
So we played on Caesars number of snaps in shotgun formation over 97.5. If you go to, I think it's like game specials and then scroll down, or game props, maybe it's novelty props, and then scroll down. You can find it. So basically the math behind this is, so Noonan's projections for total plays in the game, he has 61.3, I think, for the Chiefs, 63.6 for the Eagles, which is pretty conservative. The over-under right now of total plays 128. That's obviously like 124. Right now, the current rate of shotgun, excluding pistol. So pistol is still kind of a big TBD in this whole scenario, whether that even counts. But without pistol, this is from Fantasy Points data. Patrick Mahomes, 85% of shotgun in the shotgun on dropbacks, just in general. And then Hurts, 89%. So technically, that would be 108. So like combined with them, if you do the math on those plays there.
Yeah.
So
real quick on Caesars, if you go to the main menu and you go all the way over to total, it's way over there. Total. So just things that are in the game. It's on, if you scroll to the bottom, that's where it is. Sorry.
No, yeah. So yeah, I mean, just in general, like these teams are just in shotgun a lot. It's maybe not a banger. I mean, because I think there's just like some uncertainty about, I don't know, everything. Like with these markets, like you don't know how they're going to grade it. You don't know what the plays are, like who's even counting this stuff. Like, what are they even counting off of? We don't know. Like based on our math, I think it's probably, a plus EV play. So I popped it for a little bit, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Only on Caesars as of now. And this is the trouble with some of these is I can't find them everywhere. And if they are, they're not in the same spot. So maybe they'll be somewhere else, but I've only seen that on Caesars. So that's kind of the struggle with some of this random stuff for this game, where it's, there's more in the menu to be had, but some of it is definitely some like one-off stuff specifically for books. So yeah, I think it's a great number. Started looking at it on Monday, 95.5 or something like that. I still think at 97.5, I still think we have a little bit of an edge. So I like that one quite a bit. Slop, I'm guessing you didn't get in the weeds on shotgun snaps in this one.
Yeah, no, not a lot. I grazed over that chapter in the book of handicapping.
It's a good one. I think it's a good one.
Yeah,
So,
I might get back to it in the off season, maybe.
Yeah, it's it's not one to sweat during the game. Like I don't recommend you over here with a ledger like counting shotguns.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You'll look in the bank account in the end, see if you got more money than you lost. But all right, Slop, what do you got? Keep it rapid fire.
I got a lot of rando stuff. All right, but
hit it, whatever you want.
Good.
This stuff could work. How about Dallas Goedert, 25-yard longest reception? That's plus 190 at Fanatics. That's not bad. He's done this in every game except for one in the playoffs. All three really, because the one game he didn't was 24 yards. So I mean, he's getting loose. Chiefs gave up a 34-yarder to Dalton Schultz. Like I don't know how many of these happened throughout the season, but we're talking the Super Bowl. The Eagles get behind, weird stuff. Again, 25 yards, not a lot for Dallas Goedert. Plus 190 is pretty much what sold me. Like if this was plus 150, I wouldn't even have thought about it. So that tells you this is definitely price sensitive.
Connor, we're pro Dallas Goedert. I think it was our first play of the week.
Dallas Goedert alts have to be a leg in any of the parlays we build. I mean, that's just it can be longest, it can be in general. I think he's gonna eat.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad we're in locked up here. Dude, this is a shit matchup for me. Like looking through it, it's like, man, got a tight end though. Maybe
good football teams.
Maybe we got another tight end coming from the other side. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
It feels like a lifetime ago that we played 46.5 on Dallas Goedert, but that is still for the upcoming game. That has not happened yet because it was like
that's been pending
Monday morning.
For ages.
Yeah, it's like a Monday morning bet. So I got another one that I think is Caesars only, which I'm bummed about. But it's if you go into Caesars under specials, you scroll down, there are Super Bowl player specials. It's the very first one in the players special section. It is called We Work Quick, which I'm not sure if these are supposed to have interesting names.
I don't even know what
AJ Brown. I don't know what it means. AJ Brown and Xavier Worthy to have a reception in the first quarter. I know, Connor, you hate these quarter props, first half props. They burn you, but look through it a little bit. So, first of all, I think we have a decent price because if you look at their individual prices to catch a pass in the first quarter, Brown is like minus 340. Worthy is minus 280. If you parlay that, you're like minus 135. So we're getting minus 115 here. So I feel like we're not getting absolutely raked in price. And then on the season, only Kelsey has more first quarter targets than these two guys. Brown has 33 first quarter targets. That is 12 more than the next closest Eagle. We've seen the Eagles come out and be a little bit more pass-centric early in games. So I think there's something to be said for that. And then we've just seen an increase in Xavier Worthy's role every week. So I feel like we're getting a decent price. These guys are very heavily involved. Minus 115 feels like a decent look. Caesars only both Brown and Worthy to catch the ball in the first quarter. So again, you can't go against it. Slops, you don't even have the option to take the other side, but Connor's shaking his head. Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't like I don't ever like disagree logically with any of these things. It's just like
they all look so good, right?
Like I just can't win them. Like, so that's my reasoning is like I'm like over 17 on these quarter and half props. I just got to see one go through the net, but I mean, it's looking like me in rec league basketball out there. Just nothing's going through. It's like 0 for a million. It's brutal.
On a good pick setter, not necessarily a guy you want to shoot. But that's okay.
Exactly.
Everyone's got a roll.
Yeah. Rebounds and setting picks.
There's only one ball.
Now you got a player.
Yep. Yeah, your team's staying on the court, so just set some picks.
There's only one ball.
We'll take our shot. Yeah.
Only one.
A lot of clapping. Some good defense.
There we go. Yeah. Hype man.
Patrick's spot on. The worst of the player to have X yards in each quarter or half. FanDuel has a bunch of them. You'll find, if you have not looked at these, you will find 5 or 6 that you like. I guarantee you. You'll very easy to be like, oh man, I think there's like a Saquon and Hurts to each have 5 yards in each quarter, and it's like 2-1. And you're like, how does that miss? Well, watch the game. I promise something will happen. Something wonky will happen, and it'll miss. So be careful with those.
With those quarter ones, there's one way that I can guarantee you a guy will catch a ball in the second quarter, and that's if I bet him to catch one in the first. You know, like literally first play, second quarter, that guy's going nuts, and that's why I just can't do the quarter props. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I get it. I have one more that's kind of like that later in the game, but maybe a little less specific, but I think it's actually some decent looks. But Connor, what else you got?
Yeah, I got a fun one. I think well, this is actually fun for me, but not fun for, I don't think, anyone else. So will either team of a player rush for 100 or more yards? Plus 160? No. It's basically kind of just like fading Saquon in the sense that, like, if they can slow him down at all, like, you know, you're getting plus 160 on it. They don't really, no book really offers alt unders anymore. Not that I'd be super interested in anyways, but I mean, plus 160, I think that's fine. No one else is going to come close to 100 yards. So it's basically just betting against Saquon at plus 160. Like, I think there is an outcome where he has less than 100 yards. Maybe not the most likely, but again, it's not 50-50. It's plus 160. So I played it for a little bit. I think it was like plus 190 earlier in the week, which obviously is better, but I still think it's worth a little pop here. Nothing crazy again, just like a little one here that was, again, unfortunately, Caesars rushing prop. Scroll way down, and then it says any player to record 100 plus rushing yards.
I hate it, but what do you think, Slop?
I don't love it, but I right about the plus 160. And my next play was based on Saquon not being able to run the ball or run it very effectively. So Saquon 25 plus receiving yards is another way to kind of get on maybe he does it, because that's plus 205 at FanDuel. It was higher than that yesterday. I'm not sure what it was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was, I think, 270. So it's gone down to 205, but 205 is still a good price. What if, I mean, like the Chiefs know, dude, like he's good. You know what I mean? Like what if, like, I don't know.
Do you think the Commanders didn't know? Did the Commanders know?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's my only problem. But I think the Chiefs might have the horses, though, if that makes sense. Like, I think they might have the horses to actually maybe pull it off. Like, I get what you're saying, but, like, I don't know. Like, so make Jalen Hurts beat you, so you still want to get the ball to Saquon, though. And he can catch the ball. We've all seen him do it. 25 yards, not a lot, especially for a guy like him. Rams, I think against the Rams, he had 27 yards, and he ran for 200 yards. So even if he does have a ridiculous day, he still could have 25 receiving yards. So I don't know why that should be plus 205. And there's the out of he gets game scripted out of running. Like, I don't know how likely that is, but that could happen too. So I don't know. I just think you have a few different outs with that. Like, again, a screen pass, the guy takes it 30 yards, doesn't catch another pass. Guess what, man? Like, you cashed. So
yeah,
there's ways. And like I said, it is Saquon Barkley. You're banking on him getting the ball, in which if I'm the Eagles, I'm probably trying to get him the ball.
I like Saquon longest reception over 8.5 yards for that same reason, right? You pop one and you're in a pretty good spot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Patrick's calling that out in the chat too. I think it's interesting. I'm just on the side of just the more I've thought about this game, handicapping it. Connor and I have talked a couple times. We did at Fang's show together. We did our show together. And the more I'm thinking about this, I'm just like, I didn't want to be on the other side of the Chiefs, but I just think it's a good spot for Saquon. I think we've seen the spot where like teams go above and beyond their like men in the box rates to try to stop him, and that's how we get these 30, 50-yard bangers. Right? Even if it's just like 3, 2, 3, 40. And it's just like, man, it's easier for him to actually do that when you don't stay deep, when you do come up and try to really take him out. So yeah, I'm on some pro Eagles stuff here for sure.
And to be clear, I think that you can actually play alts the other way too. Like I think that you could play like longest 40 plus or 50 plus yard run, something like that. I mean, he had a 60-yard run last week and still went under his rushing total of 125.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that.
Can you parlay him?
I don't know.
Negatively correlated, like longest run
110. Like, would they let you parlay that?
I don't know. I mean, you never know. I mean, it's
That's
One way to find out.
That'll be a
Dial it up.
fun one to explain if you go to a Super Bowl party. Explain it to your buddy who only watches one game a year and doesn't bet on any of them. It's like, wait, you
Yeah.
bet under
Accurate.
110 and over 50 for longest? It's like, buddy, like go to the other side of the room, man. I don't think we can talk.
Yeah.
Like well, maybe another day.
We're not the same.
Yeah, we're like I don't have enough time to explain why this is good.
What do you think?
We
Where
do-
do you think lets you combine it? I don't think Caesars lets you combine
I
longest.
doubt Caesars will let you do it. Maybe FanDuel. They seem to be
FanDuel?
reasonable about letting you do nonsense.
Let's hear. You can do no. See, they don't have the SGP thing on there either. So they don't let you SGP longest stuff with actual. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
FanDuel and
smart.
Caesars both. Yeah, otherwise we'd be rich, longest overs, total unders,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Ryan, to your point, is I hate when guys come at you and say, hey, this guy's good. They're gonna key on stopping him. It's a lot in the NBA. I hear that in the NBA streets, and you're just like, dude, everybody knows that this guy's good. Like there's nobody that doesn't know that they didn't just let this guy drop 40 on him last time.
Correct. Yeah.
They tried to stop him. They just couldn't do it. But it's the same with Saquon. But I really believe the Chiefs might have the horses to at least.
I can believe that.
Might.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they do. I'm saying like I had no faith in the Commanders' defense whatsoever, and neither with the Rams really. I mean, their run defense was not like it was horrible, but I mean, like I said, we'll see. But yeah, that's the biggest question mark for me of this whole thing is if you don't get that right, man, you're in deep trouble with your handicap because that'll just ruin everything if he can just run wild. Well, for me at least.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
My
mean,
only thing was go away, Connor.
No, I was going to say that. I mean, the Chiefs have Chris Jones and Spags. I think that's the big difference versus like the Commanders. Who I don't even. I mean, who is even starting a defensive tackle by the end of the game?
Some dude.
Yeah, Johnny Newton.
Really his name.
And then what is it? Rivera. They had Joe Witt Jr., the defensive coordinator. And
yeah, he's not ready yet.
obviously the Dan Quinn defense, but still, it's like it's like. I don't know. It seems like a little bit of a difference,
Yeah, no, that's I'm banking on that, and I hope I'm right.
I'm thinking the Chiefs probably went in the last week's or previous game with the Bills, thinking the Bills are run heavy. The quarterback and running back want to run. We would rather have Josh with this like merry band of nobodies at receiver, see if they can beat us. And James Cook kind of did whatever he wanted. The frustrating part of watching that game was like, give the friggin' ball to James Cook. What are you doing? So. Yeah, I also think that Saquon is a level up on James Cook too, right? So he's just been kind of that special dude. And that's my only thing is that it's the breakers, it's the big ones, right? If he doesn't go over in the longest, all these are probably fine. The Chiefs probably win. No, he's probably not getting to 100 on 24 carries. He needs to have a couple of these like flirting with the longest or popping the longest, where all of a sudden flips the field and it's completely different. So yeah, this is what happens when you get 14 days to, break down the game, and you kind of can see it from every angle for sure. So.
Yeah. And I mean, he's awesome. He's just like, I mean, one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the league right now. So
did you see that video of like the drill at Penn State? I mean, it was kind of like in Oklahoma, but they had like multiple dudes in there. And I mean, he had like a phone booth to beat like 3 dudes. He got them all. It was just like, it's so ridiculous, dude.
Penn State Saquon, I was like all in from day one on everything Saquon, and I don't know what happened. Like after the Giants, like I just like didn't bet enough, draft enough, do anything enough Saquon because we like since day one I've been all in on him, and then I just forgot about him that he's just like the best running back ever, and sucks.
I mean, it was a pretty rough stretch there at the very end. So tough to see. The other thing that I want to lean on that would kind of correlate well with this, and I think Connor, you're going to like this based off of your last one. It looks like the FanDuel number's a little off. I'm going to try to look and see what else. It's game total rushing yards. Looks like MGM's got 288.5. Caesar's 287.5. It's a little juicy. 283.5 on FanDuel. It seems like a lot of rushing yards. Even if you're pro Saquon, and I'm very pro Saquon, 283 is basically the Chiefs holding up their weight a little bit. And I'm not really there. Like, I feel like they're not going to try that much, and I think they're not going to have a ton of success. So, like, Saquon's got to really do a lot of lifting. So I think if you're pro Chiefs, pro Saquon under stuff, you'd probably like this under as well.
That's a great look. Like, I struggle with some of the team stuff because of like quarterback runs count and like all that. But like, I mean, the Chiefs running back probably aren't going to combine for very many yards. I mean, like their props right now are combined for like 60 something, 67. And that still might be too high, to be honest, considering I don't think Pacheco is going to be very involved much at all. And Mahomes, I mean, we expect him to run, but like, I mean, there's a chance that he doesn't. And on the other side, same with Hurts. Like, I think we expect like a very normal Hurts day. So basically means Saquon has to run for like 125 to 150 for this number to even come close. And if the Eagles fall behind, or if, you know, the Chiefs fall behind early, like that team's just not going to run. So it's going to be entirely on the other one. So yeah, it's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, and I think anytime you have these, when you like have to do the math, you'll find out that the math is always off. Right there, if you were adding up that what the actual binary line for these guys are, they have to leave themselves a little wiggle for someone to pop off. But I don't know. I think it works in your favor if you lean under on it, because I think that's, you know, kind of in our favor. So yeah, I'm seeing 283 on FanDuel, minus 110 both sides. If you just go to rushing props, total combined rushing yards in the game, I think there are better numbers out there. I know MGM's not a viable book for everybody. Caesars, you're paying a little bit of juice on that, but I don't know. I lean again. Very pro Saquon to do his thing, and I still think this is probably too high. So I'll stay with one more and then kick it back to you, Connor. And I think FanDuel is the only other one that I've seen this with, and it's moved a little bit, but I think it's still a really good bet. It is total Chiefs to record a rushing attempts under 4.5 and minus 134. So I obviously don't love laying 134. It's basically, does P. Ryan get a rushing attempt or not? It's kind of how I look at it, right? We're going to have the two backs, right? You're going to get the two backs. You're going to get a Worthy attempt and Mahomes. We haven't had many P. Ryan attempts, even in games when Pacheco was out of the lineup. Like, P. Ryan still was, when he's in the game, it's just a 2-minute drill or like, you know, clear passing down. So I don't think we're getting a P. Ryan attempt. So you basically need Mahomes to play the whole game so Carson Wentz doesn't come in and get a kneel down or attempt, right?
Yep.
Hardman, like, I mean, I suppose there's another, you could do an end around to Hopkins or Hardman or Hollywood, but this hasn't been happening. So it feels like a P. Ryan rushing attempt or not. So any thoughts? You looked at that one at all?
No, but I like it. I mean, that's kind of fun. I don't know. I'm like trying to look at the best price for that. Like total players with a rushing attempt. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of fun. I like it.
Yeah. Slop, any thoughts on that one?
Those are ones I can get behind. I'd say you're at a Super Bowl party bet. You know what I mean?
I'm hosting the Super Bowl party. I'll have 20 people in my house.
You gotta have some of those. And like I said, some rando takes an end around. You're like, yeah, there we are. You know what I mean? Or they don't. So
yeah. All right. Connor, what else you got on the list?
Yeah, I got two more real quick. One, Jalen Hurts passer rating under at Caesars as well. It's like 101.5. I mean, I got in at 102 look earlier. I've been just keep waiting, hoping that other places were going to post it. They never did. So, I mean, over 100 passer rating is just absurd considering the circumstances. Like, he has been over that a lot this season, but it basically means that he has to have like a great completion rate, not throw an interception. An interception just like basically immediately ends this. And he has to throw for like a, solid yards per attempt. He can do that, but it's basically like the Eagles have to win in a dominant fashion like they have been. Because if they fall behind at all, if they have to throw at all, if the Chiefs get pressure at all, like, which I think that one of those probably happens at some point in the game, then Hurts is not getting 100 pass rating. 90, maybe. 95, maybe. Again, that's like these are good. Mahomes is at 95.5. So there's a formula you can play around with like the different scenarios. I mean, again, it just like has to be an Eagles dominant scenario where Hurts hits like some big ones for him to have 100 passer rating or above. So I don't know. I think that's good. It's a minus 140. I still think it's fine. Honestly, I feel like it should be like probably 95 or something like that. Maybe even less, to be honest.
Yeah. Another one to not sweat live, not an enjoyable live sweat.
You don't even know what you don't even know where you're at. Like I did, like, you just like check out the game. Like,
how do you even sweat that?
You don't. You honestly don't.
You don't if you're watching the game with anybody. Otherwise, it'll be the last time you're watching the game with anybody. But I like the look for sure. This is why these instances. I think the shotgun one, this in particular, this is why the Super Bowl is the best. Like, it's not just novelty coin flip Gatorade stuff. There's like actual real game stuff that you can look into and find an edge for sure. So I like it. Slop, what else you got on the menu?
All right, so forgive me because this one I kind of found like I talked myself into it after like the 5th time through this thing. But what about, and hear me out, Noah Gray, 25 plus receiving yards. That's it. Just 25. Just a little boom, boom. Plus 300. Look, I know that he got phased out when Hollywood Brown came back. I get that. Then that's documented. We all saw what happened. But if they can't get the ball to the receivers, which I don't know that they're going to be able to do, then maybe the tight ends get some looks. Against Houston, he caught 3 balls. The problem is he didn't go 25 yards, so that sucks. But the thing is, I don't want to take Noah Gray to catch 3 balls in this game either. So you're kind of hoping on maybe he catches 1 or 2 and, like I said, gets to 27, 30 yards, something like that. But at 300, that's not that crazy given what tight ends have done to the Eagles in the playoffs. Obviously, Ertz last week, but I don't totally count that. I think that was kind of a weird thing that happened. But who's the kid from Green Bay? I think he caught like 5 balls. Like, nobody was catching passes that night for the
Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, Kraft. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I think there's legs. That's all I'm saying. 25 yards, not a lot for plus 300. And some random guy always does something.
Connor, did you dig into Noah Gray stuff at all?
I did a little bit.
Always.
Yeah. So I think one of Noah Gray or Juju Smith-Schuster is going to have like 30 to 40 yards. I bet on Juju, but I do think that Noah Gray, we're interested to see how the Chiefs attack the middle of the field. It could be like they try and run the ball, run a lot of 12 personnel. Maybe they just do some like play action and just get Noah Gray and Kelsey like wandering over the middle of the field, trying to expose the linebackers. I mentioned it maybe 6 times at this point. Our guy Oren Burks, it's a ton of receptions in the last couple of weeks. And so how are they going to attack that? Is that going to be with 12 personnel, maybe a little more Noah Gray? Is that going to be with Juju and Xavier Worthy running over the middle? Like, I don't know. I think that both of them, either of them, those 3 options would be my favorite that are like underpriced right now, I would say. Like Hollywood, I think is probably going to play too much on the outside. DeAndre just doesn't play. And I don't know if you saw Andy Reid's quote, by the way, from Coach Speak Index. Hilarious. It was like, are you going to play DeAndre Hopkins more this week? He's like, he's been pretty happy with where his role's at. And he's okay to share with everyone else. So no, that's like literally, he's going to see 10 snaps. I thought that was a good one. But yeah, we played his under early. So yeah, I don't hate it. I think there's a lot of uncertainty. So I think that's almost like a live bet. Like if Juju's playing a lot early, like I'm going to probably keep live betting his overs, especially if he doesn't get one early. If not, then if Noah Gray's playing early and like they're like heavier personnel to start, which I don't know, maybe they decide that's the best option. Noah Gray could pop off and like over 12.5 is a great look.
All right. I like it. Yeah, I think you're right. It could be a good live look out there too. And that's be interesting to see what the menu is for some of this stuff too, like how much of the novelty specials, random stuff is still out there, post kick. All right. Yeah,
we should get yards. I would think we'd still get yards.
Yeah.
Sometimes the alts kind of disappear a little bit, but you'll get something.
Yeah. All right, Slap. What else is on the menu for you?
All right, and the only other one I got is I don't even like this anymore, but Jahan Dotson, 11 plus receiving yards. So just catch 1 ball. One ball. It's plus 200. Just catch 1 ball. He's out there running. Like, he is out there. And the Chiefs kind of have the same thing going on where their corners are not bad. Just 1 pass. Just 1 random ass play at some point in the game. It's 11 yards, though, Connor. We're not asking this guy to do any, like, he doesn't even have to catch more than 1 ball. Just give me 1 yard, 1 ball. Like I said, maybe Hurts has to scramble around for a second, looks up, doesn't realize it's Dotson that he's throwing to, accidentally throws it to him. He catches it, 13 yards, and we never see him again. But at plus 200, I I'll take it, dude. I want as many of those types as possible, where it's like kind of single instance in that situation, because you're not getting many more chances than one.
Yeah, and you're also not dead the entire game. Like, he can catch an 11-yard pass, technically, hypothetically, at any point.
They get behind. What if they get behind? Now, shit goes out the window, kind of like the Mike Tyson with a plan thing. Like, you got a plan until you punch in the face, and now next thing you know, Jahan Dotson is being thrown to. That's not the craziest. He caught a touchdown in the playoffs already. It was 11 yards, like, coincidentally enough. But he has been used, but just not at all in the last 2 games.
So you guys know that I love betting unders on these like shitty guys. Over unders.
That you live for this. The opposite.
I love
this is a con or under. His regular line, I want to hear you say it. You're going to take under 3.5 because.
But this is an endorsement of your bet. I'm not, because he plays so much. Like, I only take the unders on these guys,
there, bro. Like, he's just out there.
Like, he's the biggest NPC I've ever seen in football. So I dug it up. 131 players with 20 plus targets. This Jahan Dotson, 129th in yards per route run, 0.4 yards per route run. Of the 129 players with 200 routes a season, Jahan Dotson dead last in targets per route run, 0.08 targets per route run. Like,
and that's why we want him somehow.
I think he has 40 routes last 2 weeks. Does he have 1 target? Zero target?
No.
Zero.
He's out there doing dirty work. But what if he gets rewarded for it? What if they're like, hey, let's throw him 1? Just give me 111. Like I said, we don't have to do a lot with Jahan. Just 1. Like, what if he catches one up for 15 yards? Like, I'm gonna go nuts, dude. Like I knew it. Like, I knew it.
Even in the revenge game where they talked him up against Washington, they're like, oh, we got to get him involved. They threw the first pass to him for 8 yards. He did not see a single target the rest of the game. No. I mean, Slop, I respect you going 200 plus. I think that's probably the right way to do it and not lay the -110, because it's more like, yes, does he see a target?
No. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody was like, all right, well, here, what about 2 receptions? I was like, buddy, maybe I'm not explaining it right. It's 2-1 that this guy doesn't get 11 yards. Like, there's a real chance that this dude will not even catch a pass, much less, like, you're talking about 2. Like, he might not get targeted twice. Like, there's no chance they're going into this thinking we got to get Dotson the ball. My thing is, Super Bowl shit happens, things start going a little wild. Maybe the guy catches the pass. Like, he's gonna be around. That's all I'm saying. He's gonna be out there. You're not being like, oh, I hope they put him in. It's like, no, he's out there running around. He's just not doing much. But again, 1 time, and it's plus 200.
I mean, hand up. I mean, there's recordings. We've been doing the show for 7 years. Big Jahan Dotson guy right here. I thought he was going to be really good.
I kind of did too.
I've done lots of drafts together. I made Connor draft him on our teams. Like, big Jahan Dotson guy. I thought he was going to be really good. Hey, we're going to have some player takes that miss occasionally. I'm still not sure he's not good. Who knows? Some of these receivers, the late developers.
I'm pretty sure at this point he's not.
Okay, he's
good.
probably not good.
Thank you, Brian. Look at the chat. Exactly. Like, dude, exactly. Like,
listen,
McCole Hardman caught one. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, just random dudes. Just, again, 11 yards. Please, Jahan. Please. Yeah. 11 yards. Plus 200. Make me look like a genius.
Slap. I got a plus 220 play.
Okay. That's all I want to hear about for the rest of the day. Like, that's it. Okay. That's where I'm at right now.
I got a couple.
An
official play just gave out to the Discord. This is one of my favorite ones. Sitting on it, didn't move because no one's grinding this stuff. Milton Williams over a quarter sack. Plus 221. Plus 221 on DraftKings, plus 210 on FanDuel. So FanDuel will let you get down on Milton Williams just to get down on a sack. So you look into it. Williams has been awesome. He leads all defensive linemen in this game in PFF's pass rush win rate on the season. Not Chris Jones, not Jalen Carter, not George Kalafdis. It is Milton Williams. It's been awesome. Only Jones has a higher pass rush grade in the season, just by a little bit. And then Williams has by far the best individual matchup in this entire game. They're going to give Jalen Carter a lot of extra attention. He's been doubled like 52% of his pass rush snaps in the postseason. That's going to happen a ton. He's actually got a tough matchup. He'll be really good. He'll make some impactful plays, but he's got a tough matchup. He's going to see a lot of double teams. That's going to leave Milton Williams one-on-one 20, 25 times with Mike Caliendo at guard. which is a problem. He's taken over since they moved Joe Thuney out to left tackle. Caliendo, 72nd out of 79 guards in PFF pass blocking grade this season. Mahomes, by far the most sacks taken in any season this year. His pressure to sack rate nearly doubled his career rate. I don't think this is necessarily like a skill regression thing. The offensive line has been a problem, and Williams is good. They're up against a really strong defensive line. They're not going to like get super creative. I think they're just going to line up with their dudes, and Williams can beat Caliendo a bunch of times. So I love this at plus 220. And again, he gets in there together with Carter. You're still good. They both get a half sack. This is still cashing on FanDuel and DraftKings because all you need to do is get a partial sack. Be careful at 1+. Sometimes it works out and it's okay, and we're sweating over nothing because he gets home and it's just his. But be careful with those. If the prices are the same, you definitely have a different risk. You need him to get the full sack, basically. So over a half sack, stuff like that. So Milton Williams, let's get it.
We got Nick in the comments, who in all caps, and he said, can't put my dollars on a guy named Milton. Sorry. Don't blame you. But
first time here. Hey, they watch the other side of the ball, Nick. Okay. Defense matters.
Honestly, man, I love a good who the hell is that guy. So again, if you're watching with a group and a guy named Milton Williams, who most casuals have no idea who that guy is, he gets home and you start freaking out saying, yeah, I just hit that. Dude, you're a genius. Like those people.
Even better?
Dude, who is this guy?
There are some books that have first sack of the game, and Milton Williams is 12-1. So that first sack happens. It's Milton Williams at 12-1. Oh man, your night's made.
I'm betting that.
That feels better.
Where do you bet this? Just anywhere?
I don't know who else has it. I know they're out there, but off the top of my head, I don't know who has it. Because I know Chris Jones plus 850. I gave out Chris Jones to get a sack earlier in the week with our guy at Fang, plus money on Chris Jones. I love still like
first player to record a sack. Okay. Does it have to be individual though, or no? Like, is it, or is first player to record a sack like could be joint? Like, you know what I mean? What if it's like?
Oh no, I would think that's a good question. I don't know what the bylaws will tell you, but I would think that getting involved is probably better than nothing.
Well, I'll find it later.
Build rules or something like that.
16-1 first player to record a sack on Caesars. I'm in.
Daniel, I'm with you. They just popped one of these two guys on DraftKings only. Hopefully FanDuel gets involved to some of these secondary pieces for the Chiefs getting a sack, because the current price on DraftKings for McDuffie is interesting, but DraftKings sucks. So we're hoping FanDuel wants to participate. And
it's a sharp ass question, Daniel.
Yeah.
Nice
he gets it.
Yeah. No, he gets it. That's the kind of shit. Like, I bet that dude does well.
Subscriber, he's in the chat.
No, exactly. I bet he does well. Like that.
This is what happens, right?
Literally the kind of shit you need to be like. That's that.
Yeah. You get value add, right? It's not just Connor and I. You get smart guys like Daniel in the chat giving out good advice, good stuff, and the subscribers win because you get smart people putting their thoughts in there. So,
Brian, what about what's that say? Twinning. He's asking about Brandon Graham unders.
Yeah, he's questionable for the game. That's it. They just announced.
Okay, so
is it even posted? I mean, you're probably laying.
Do we got anything posted for him?
Yeah, you're probably laying a lot. Let me see.
He had a full practice though. He had a full practice. He's listed questionable. I mean, I think he's fine. I mean, I don't know. Like he'll definitely play, and probably play a normal amount, I would say.
Yeah, which is not a lot anyway. Which makes it tough for these guys. But that's why the Eagle stuff is nice, because you're just going to have more looks. I mean, you're laying minus 800 under a half sack. That's not how I want to spend the day.
No.
Yeah. No.
Under a half sack. I should start betting that shit, just like under sacks and stuff. Like,
I
don't think there could be a lot of sacks.
You, bro. I mean, that is so you.
Sounds kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm. You would love that. It'd be like Christmas for you. Just had a list this long of just like under half sacks.
Your best bet in that market, Connor, would be to fade good guys that are minus whatever, right? You start getting plus money on no sack. That's your bet, right, versus sort of laying, minus 8 bills on someone to not get not a run into a sack. Right.
you know, you can I could luck into a sack, maybe a home run, but I could never what was the Elliott Shore Parks quote or
Yeah.
whatever
Oh
ESV
my
one?
gosh.
So good. What did he say? Like what was the one that he said he never play hockey? He's like, I could luck into a home run, I could score 2 points in an NBA game, and I could score a touchdown, but I could never score a goal in hockey. Like it was like just the
Look,
most
you can't
unbelievable
skate.
shit I've ever seen.
I mean,
Uh,
he just wanted to give. I think he was trying to give credit to the hand-eye coordination and talent of hockey players, while
Right.
also saying like basically pretending that he could do a fastball and take one out, or not get decapitated on his way to the end zone, or get an actual like space to be able to get a shot up in the NBA. Never mind to make it and score 2 points. It was kind of an egregious tweet, Hall of Fame tweet for sure. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what else we got? One more, and then let's cook some SGPs. This is in the same. I think this is plus money. Couple different iterations of this half stuff. Each team to score 1 touchdown or more, so 1+. Each team needs to score a touchdown in the first half. It can be more. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exactly 1. Is plus 110 on FanDuel, plus 120 on DraftKings. They're gonna score, right?
Yeah, no, that's fun.
So you want to get a little bit more fun. This is where I'm going to lose,
drive.
Connor. Each team in the game, 1 rushing touchdown, 1 passing touchdown, plus 210 on FanDuel. So get the whole game for that one.
Yep.
They all have that. You need at least 4 touchdowns. One's going to be rushing, one's going to be passing from each side. I don't hate those. So
I feel like that could happen.
Plus money. Don't hate it. So Patrick in the chat, by the way, 36-1 rushing touchdown each quarter hit last week. These things do win. I just got to spray the board, apparently. But these are kind of more conservative, but I also just think that we have a total that I think a lot of people lean under on, but we're still up in the upper 40s. So I don't know. I don't hate it. So those are both good FanDuel ones. So all right, let's get weird. Let's build some stuff.
Let's do it. Do you want novelty props real quick, or you want that at the end?
Whatever. Whatever you got. Yo, give your novelty.
Little cherry on top.
Yeah. All right. We'll do it at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end. We'll make the people wait for the Gatorade and the first song, last song, and yeah, those are the main ones. I'm trying to get the anthem stuff too, but I'm not going to share that on here because I got to bet it first. So, let's cook up an SGP. Where do you want to start?
All right, so we'll do. Should we do you want to do one big one, or do like a Pro Eagles one? For the sake of time, let's just do one big one.
All right, cool. So do we want to start with Goddard? I feel like that probably makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. He's the cornerstone of any winning SGP, I think.
He is, yeah. If Dallas Goddard doesn't do anything, I'm probably going to be on the streets anyway. So might as well get, go big with it. Cash. All right, what do we want? Like 60, 70, 80? 70s plus 190, 80 plus 255.
30 plus longest is like plus 4 and change.
I would love that, but they don't let you parlay it. So they don't include it in the SGP option.
So yes. I'd say 80 plus.
I'm in. I mean,
I think he can get that. He just had an 85. I don't know. Like, I just feel like this is a different game.
It's a very different game. What let's see here. What else do we got? Noonan, you mostly had tackle stuff, right? We had Goddard together and then tackles, right?
Tackles, I got a couple sacks and some of these random game stuff. I'm basically committed to Saquon. I'm gonna bet some Saquon stuff. I think right now you can get like 18, 20-1. Saquon MVP, Scotty Scheffler to win Waste Management Phoenix Open, world's best pregame show out there. Scotty's like 450, 5-1. Connor and I touched on this too. I think that there's really no path to, I think, the Eagles winning and Saquon not being awesome. So I think that Saquon MVP is a really good proxy for Eagles money line. I think you can make the same case for Mahomes, to be honest, in the MVP side, because he's Patrick Mahomes. But I just think that's a a smart way to get down on it. So that's what I have. I took a couple of shots on that yesterday, a couple of different prices of a lot of Scotty now. So hopefully, a nice day today, bogey 366. So hopefully Scotty can cook up the weekend and, and then Saquon brings it home Sunday night.
For sure. I think we could go two different directions with this SGP. There's like are the Eagles playing from ahead and the Chiefs are like throwing the entire game? Or there's the opposite where it's like the Chiefs go ahead and probably are still throwing a little bit, maybe not a ton. And then the Eagles actually have to throw, which I think there's significantly more value on that, but there's also a reason for that because it's less likely, and they may not throw, like they may still just run the ball a ton, but like, again, these are Hurts 27.5 attempts is priced like, a slightly higher chance of having to throw more. Whereas like, I mean, again, they've been trailing since the bye in 3.5 minutes total in 14 games with Jalen Hurts in the fourth quarter. So like, they just haven't had to throw it all. So that's, I think, originally why we were going to go with two, because there's like two different scenarios, but
for sure,
we can just pick one, because then I think you can play like a bunch of stuff off of that. Right.
I think you can either way. Cause in the Chiefs side, I think we all agree that either good Chiefs, bad Chiefs scenario works with the Chiefs passing a lot. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
There's not like a pro Chiefs run heavy parlay to be made.
Never.
I don't
if they go run heavy. Oof,
going
to lose a lot of props.
A couple of receivers that I like, one from each side, that I think are maybe a little bit undervalued. I think some of the Devonta Smith stuff is pretty interesting. Like I could think Devonta Smith could both work well with Dallas Goedert and kill Goddard stuff. Just like his ability to work over the middle in the slot. I think is probably the best matchup against the Chiefs. And I also think Hollywood Brown is probably a little bit undervalued for where he is in the market. So I don't hate Hollywood Brown stuff. When he first came back, like they were really excited about him all season. Like going to Mav games together, like they were buddy. First game against the Steelers, they gave him like
targeted
7 targets in the first half. Yeah. Like, so I don't know. I don't hate Hollywood stuff. I don't think there's a huge gap between Hollywood and Worthy. So, my 2 cents.
Now that's how I build these SGPs myself, literally. Just in the way I went with this one is just because it's like it's so outrageous what the prices are for the Eagles having to throw. It's like you gotta have one or two of those like hanging around your back pocket, because like if that happens, like you're about to get paid. Because I mean, it is unlikely, of course, but I mean it's being priced like that. But at the same time, that could happen. We've all watched an NFL game before. You know what I mean? Like that could happen. Like it's not that crazy.
Yeah. So what do we want to add? All I have is Goddard 80 plus. We
we're just talking at Connor. He's like,
that's the problem. It's like what, Noah Gray? You know what I mean? Like, do you do Kelsey? But you got to go up for Kelsey and get him. And if
let's not
like, I don't want to do that. What about Barkley receiving yards? Like,
I like it.
Sure.
I got it. It's plus 250 at ESPN bet for 25. But I mean, he could definitely have 25 plus receiving yards. I mean, like, what are the numbers you have? Are you doing at Caesars?
Yeah, I'm just doing it at Caesars. Caesars has 20 plus at even, 30 plus at plus 205. Kind of shitty SGP odds this year, to be honest.
Yeah, that's those 5 yards. That's brutal. Let's come back to what about Juju?
Yeah.
Juju is, let's see here. For receiving yards, we got 30 plus is plus 170, 40 plus is plus 300, 50 plus is plus 480. I mean
40
they're
plus
ripping us off.
The 40 plus doesn't feel like
we should take our talents to Caesar to FanDuel. I think that FanDuel is giving us better odds on all this stuff. So, all right. So back to Goddard 80 plus, and then we could do like, I mean, Juju, you said, I mean, yeah, Juju 40 plus on Caesar on FanDuel is plus 490. On Caesars, it's plus 300. So, I mean, 25 plus is only plus 190. It's plus 192. That's not even that bad for 25 yards. But I don't know. I think that's fine. Barkley 25 plus is plus 205. That's better. I think we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. We do that. We got.
They won't let you do longest, right? Still won't let you do longest.
Well, longest reception maybe. Let's hear. Yes. Okay. We could do a longest reception. So 15, 20, or 30-yard reception we can include in this. So this is going to get dangerous. All right.
What's 20 for Barkley?
20 for. I mean, it's like locked right now. I don't understand what are we doing here.
If they're
Okay,
watching,
man.
dude. They
20 is
know.
locked, 15 and 30 are unlocked. What I mean, FanDuel, come on, guys.
They know. Fuck.
We could do a 30-yarder for Goddard instead at plus 470.
I don't mind that, dude. I'm like, he's right there. Just break one more tackle, one of those little D backs.
Oh, dude, remember the Corey Valentine in the wild card weekend? Like, put that man in a body bag with a stiff arm down the sideline. He's been looking good.
So
5 to
kind of
1,
interesting. This is really interesting. So you can do Dallas Goddard 30+ yard reception and 80+ yards, and like it actually changes the odds. So like if you take out 80+ yards, it's 40 to 1. If you add 80+ yards, we're already at 61 to 1 with the 4-legger. So I mean, I would say just leave it. I mean, I don't know. That's a 20,
Yeah.
like, you know, like so now we got 2 Dallas Goddard props, a Juju. Well, I could take out Juju and then Barkley. I had Juju 25 though, and Barkley 25. So I don't think it lets you add sacks. Let me see here. No defense. Oh wait, yeah, player to record a sack. SGP option.
Oh,
Milton
yeah,
Williams.
does.
Oh yeah,
Milton
Milton Williams, Chris Jones.
and Chris Jones.
I like
All right.
it.
Yeah.
All right, we are at 10 to win, $3,000 right now. Great start.
It's not
Good
bad.
start.
Let's see.
Any touchdown, multi-touchdown? We feel about tush pushes.
Barkley 3 touchdowns.
I think 2 touchdowns is like 260. Something like
Yeah,
that.
plus 260 for 2 touchdowns, plus 550 for Hurts.
Both
3
of those
touchdowns.
2+ each.
They had 3+.
That's
You
not
know?
that crazy.
They
Like,
just did it last game. They had 3,
That's happened.
right? 2 and
3
3.
Yeah,
each.
and they
That's
would have got
crazy.
more if it would have been a closer game. You know, Will Shipley's out there scoring touchdowns in the NFL. I thought he was selling cars.
This is pretty interesting market, not in the SGP, but Saquon Barkley method of first touchdown, rushing touchdown is minus 140. What's his actual prop? Minus 190. So it's just like not a receiving touchdown. Yeah, I mean, it's basically Saquon anytime. I mean, we can't add it to the SGP, but I might just bet that anyway. It's just because, like, yeah, like I don't know. I feel like it should be like minus 170 if any times minus 190. I mean, he's like his over under receptions like 1.5 or whatever too. So I don't know.
It's like Saquon to lead the game in rushing yards is like minus 290 or something like that. Like, I don't know if you could find that on a credit book or something.
Yeah.
Or you find a book that will take a sizable bet. Like, I don't know. I know again, we're not like bending over to lay minus 290 on the Super Bowl stuff, but like, what scenarios is Saquon not? Where is he getting out rushed other than getting an injury?
Yeah, I don't know. Can't tell you. They have alts on every single quarter statistic as well on FanDuel, which is pretty fun. So you could do like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not for this. Samaje Perine, 4th quarter alt receiving yards. It's like 5+ is plus 260. So
Love it.
basically just to catch a pass in the 4th quarter, essentially.
But that works for the game. They thinking about the game script stuff too, right? Like trailing game script, 3rd downs. Yeah.
Right. My FanDuel account is just going absolutely bonkers right now. It's just shifting everything. I mean, yeah, it's kind of fun. Then it jacks up the odds a little bit. Let's see here. 4th quarter, 5+ receiving yards is 10 plus 265. 10 is 4 plus 450. We'll go with 5. All right, so we're at 10 to win 7,600. Do we add any touchdown props? Do we want Saquon 2 touchdowns just for fun?
I think he scored twice. I don't think that's that crazy. Throw Dotson in there. 2 touchdowns.
Dotson 2 first touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll score twice.
Got to pay well.
A Dotson octopus. How much is that?
It's so weird. It's not even letting me add that. That's so strange.
Yeah, they know, dude.
That's literally just says can't be combined. That's so strange. I don't know why. FanDuel, damn it.
Should we crack the code?
We're at 10 to win 7,600. I feel like we need like 1 or 2 more and then we're good. Or just juice up the other ones that we already have in there. Which would basically, well, That's basically just juju. So I feel like we could take unders, but I know Slop would rather just, call it quits than take.
Is there like Mahomes attempts alts or completions alts?
Not on FanDuel because I switched over there because we were getting screwed on the odds. What about fourth quarter Mahomes rushing yards? Is that crazy?
Kneel downs kill us.
Oh, actually, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that loses the whole parlay. You imagine that? We finally craft one together. Perfect. Like it perfect. Everything hits. And then all of a sudden it just hits you like, oh shit, he's about to kneel down and lose our 2 yards. You know what I mean? Like that would be like the worst.
Devastating.
Yeah, that would be literally like it would be tough to get out of bed the next day. Yeah. I mean, harder than it already is. Super Bowl Sunday.
What do you think about Marquise Brown 30+ yard reception?
I'm fine with that.
I like volume with him more. The Eagles just don't give up big plays.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
I don't know. You're going to
okay, so you want yards, receptions?
50+ yards for the day.
Noah Gray, 4 catches.
Oh my god.
It's Noah Day, bro.
I think we should just pick one of Juju or Noah. So
yeah, no, we can go. I was like half joking there.
That's pretty. All right, what did you say, Marquise? 50? It's only plus 148. I think it's capping us. Honestly, it keeps saying like can't be combined after I add another one. So, I mean, are we just stuck? Like, are we just?
No, bro.
Dude, I think we're just stuck on 7. All right. Well, all right. So I guess here's where we're at right now. We'll tweet it out as well. But Samsey request a review. We got Saquon 25+ receiving, Juju 25+ receiving, Goddard to record a 30+ yard reception and to have 80 yards. Milton Williams record a sack, Chris Jones record a sack, and Samaje Perine 5+ fourth quarter receiving yards. 76-1. I'm gonna do $15 to win like 10. I don't know, 12K or whatever, something like that, 10K.
I mean, that feels pretty good.
Yeah, like
100 get you 120K.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just be putting 100 on here,
Why not us?
Whole unit.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not us, then who? Gosh, what? All right. Well, I'll tweet it out, and we'll ride. It'll be good.
Oh, a good boy.
Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy.
Look at that doggo.
Yeah, she's getting hungry.
Okay, we better hit the parlay.
Boys.
I know we're gonna need to hit this parlay. This dog needs to eat.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Real quick at the end, I think pretty sure Gatorade will be yellow. Pretty sure first song will be it's like something that's not even listed, so don't worry about it. It's something with like a G. And then last song is TV off. So there you go. Win all your Super Bowl pools. You can't even really bet any of this shit anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Believe me, I've tried. Bet US, let me get like $10 on it. So, whatever. But win your Super Bowl pools at least. And yeah, I'm not sure I would lay minus 200, by the way, on the Gatorade. Maybe. I put a lot on
now.
Yeah, it's minus 200 yellow. Very, very sure on one side, like 85% sure on the other side. So I don't know what that makes the price, but probably fine. It's minus 200 for a little bit, but I'm definitely not. I don't want my night to be ruined by the Gatorade coming down not yellow for some reason.
No.
Yeah.
So
all right. Good stuff as always. I hate that it's over. Friday
crazy.
Off.
Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened.
I mean, Slop, people want to continue to take in all that is Slop in the off season. Tell them what they can expect, where to find it, all those good things, buddy.
Yeah, there is no off season with me. We're gonna go right to NBA. We're already in that, and then we'll hit the MLB. Bunch of home runs all summer long. At Slop Rules, right here on YouTube and on Twitter, just to make it easy for the people. You can go to Instagram. I'm there. TikTok, all that shit, dude. It's crazy.
Big footprint on the gram if you can find Slop over there. Connor and I will take a little bit of time off, but not much, because Illinois we thought was going to be without draft betting props this season. but it looks like that has been reversed. Draft tabs back in the apps. We are ready to cook. We'll get into the off-season stuff here very shortly and grind the draft as always. So again, subscribe to this on the YouTube channel, 4for4 Bets. Move the line where we listen to podcasts, and we will be back very, very soon. Good luck, everyone. Again, much appreciated all the time you spent with us this season. The show does not happen. It's not nearly as fun without you guys all in the chat. So thank you so much. We're looking to continue this in the future. Obviously, a couple years doing this with Slop now. I want to make sure that that's a trend that doesn't stop. So for Slop and Connor, I'm Ryan. We'll see you all next year.